Filipino and mental health. Where do I even begin? Well, first, this is Link of Hearts with Elizabeth. Welcome back. I have a lot to say about this, but I'm gonna take it slow on this video because this is just the beginning of this conversation, and I probably will be talking about this a lot in the near future. To start with, I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I moved here to the United States when I was 17. I have lived longer here in the United States than the Philippines, and I have adapted to the American culture. Perhaps a true example of the Filipino-American, where I actually carry both cultures in my heart. Not only just in blood, but both my beliefs and my values. Now, there are many qualities and values within the Filipino culture that I hold on to this day. The generosity, the hospitality, just the good heart of everyone, resiliency, the respect, the innate desire to just help and care for others, and just the unconditional love that one has. But on the flip side, if I can be really honest with you, there are also some things that no longer agree with me when it comes to our culture. That would be the lack of honesty and vulnerability, the lack of openness and communication, and perhaps the lack of boundaries and the nonchalant criticisms where our culture has accepted that anyone could just easily tell you, "You look like you gained weight," or "Why aren't you married yet? When are you having a child? When are you having your second child?" The list goes on. But for the sake of this video, I am focusing on the lack of honesty and vulnerability in our culture that ultimately causes the stigma against the struggles of mental health. I say this because 25 years ago, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Out of shame and embarrassment, I did not tell anyone. And for 2 years, I only told one friend because I was afraid that I would be criticized and that I would be put to shame in some way. I basically stigmatized my own condition because I was raised in that kind of mindset in our culture. And I also believe that those are the kind of things that you don't tell or you don't share anyone. It's part of that privacy that we all carry in us for the fear of looking bad. And of course, I didn't want anyone talking bad about me nor my family, so I stayed quiet. And I suffered alone in silence. And unfortunately, I had to live with it. I couldn't turn to anyone because none of my family members really understood what I was going through. And it's nothing against them. I believe that it's just a mindset that has been passed on from generation to generation in our culture, unfortunately. And this is the part I don't appreciate within the Filipino culture, my own culture, where we don't talk about our feelings because it is considered sensitive or being dramatic. Most struggles are actually dismissed because it's easier to deny them rather than talk about them. And I think this whole thing, this whole concept is so detrimental to our mental health. But I will stop here for now. And like I said, I have a lot to say about this. But consider this my way of planting seeds for a conversation that really matters. This is just the beginning, and if you're a Filipino, I invite you to comment below and let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to mental health in our culture. Tell me what you think on what your personal experience has been, or just share anything that you feel comfortable with. Again, there is no shame, there is no judgment, but I invite you to be part of this conversation because it's time. And let's talk about what we can do about it right now. I hope this will open your mind and this will help you see mental health in a different light. Let's talk about this Let's be part of the conversation because this matters. Thank you for watching, and I send you my love and gratitude.